guys, that.Hope from Full Blown Customs. What I'm doing right now is I've got a brand new 2010 International truck, and this is brand new clear coat on this truck. Came right from the factory. What I'm using is 600 on a DA. I'm DAing the surface, not sanding through. But what I'm going to do is DA it all until it turns this white chalky powder. And then from that I'm going to take gray Scotch-Brite all the edges, clean it up, blow it down, wipe it off with wax and grease remover. Then we're going to start laying our designs out. Using gray Scotch-Brite now, I'm just going around all the edges. Had to tape off this logo here. It's actually a certification for them to be able to take this truck into California, so we have to mask it off. We'll spray around it, and then what I'm going to do is I'll peel off the tape and we'll actually put a coat of clear coat across it. But take your gray Scotch-Brite, make sure all your edges are sanded. Don't leave anything unsanded. Nothing can be shiny. Alright, we already sanded everything. We used 600, sanded the whole entire surface with a DA. Went back in with 600 on, by hand, sanded around the edges, then used gray Scotch-Brite. From that point we've blown it down. We used wax and grease remover, cleaned it all off, and then I went back over it with a waterborne cleaner. It just gets it nice and squeaky clean. From this point I'm going to use an 1/8 inch fine line from 3M, and I'm going to lay out a design. What the design is going to be is ripped open sheet metal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out my design like this, and then I'm going to paint the inset, which will be this way, leaving the gold that direction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint my design inside here, inside my lines. Then from that point, we'll go ahead and candy everything in here. Then I'm going to take and mask out the outer edge and do the ripped open sheet metal part. Let us lay out some lines right now and get this going. Just going to take it from a point. And then where they come up to the front here, they'll cross over. And then this is where I'll cut this with a razor blade. We're just going to do a bunch of these all the way down the sides, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. But I'm going to mask this part here, so this will stay gold, everything where my hand's at. Everything inside here is going to get painted. So I'm going to go ahead and off camera do the rest of this, and then I'll show you the next step. What Jared's doing right now is cutting the tips. Now we're cutting only the inside tips. Be careful that you don't cut on the edge there and cut into the body of the paint, but you're just cutting it enough to pull the tape up. And that's what it should look like when you're all said and done. Jared's finished masking it up. We got it in our paint booth now. And what I'm going to do from this point is spray black on it to begin with. Well, I kind of started without you guys, sorry. Kind of in a time crunch on this truck. I got to get it done here next couple days. But as you've seen, we prepped it, painted it black, and now I'm using Air Sick Stencils again. And these are just a couple of different designs that we got. And what I'm doing is I'm using my House Color Orange, and I'm putting the base coat down. What I do is I just fog it in lightly to begin with, and then I'll go back and highlight a little bit. Then we're going to spray some candy tangerine over top of that. Then I'm going to use my yellow, go back in and make a second layer on top of that. And then we'll spray one more coat of candy tangerine over that. And I'm going to spray some candy apple red back towards the end of them. But again, sorry I started without you, but let's get it going here. So basically what we're doing, I'm just going to show you a spot right here. When you're spraying on the end of your stencil, what you want to do is you do not want to do this. You do not want to spray all the way around like that. You want to spray right on the end of it and spray out. So what that does, create you a nice hot spot. You lay them in there and flip them up like this, and then spray backwards. Notice I'm just fogging the orange in, because I'm going to do a second layer over this. Touch-up gun, it just covers a lot faster. Just get a couple coats on this. Can you see I'm wearing my mask, guys? Let that dry for a couple minutes and I'll put a second coat on. After standing back and looking, I decided I wanted to add some red to it. I should have did red first, yes. Red should be back in here and then orange, but I thought I could go with orange and get it darker, but it's not the effect I want. I want red towards the ends of all these. So I'm going to go back in with the red now, and then I'll highlight it with orange on top of the red one more time, just in certain spots. But the procedure is you should do red first, then orange, and then your candy tangerine, and then yellow, and then the candy tangerine again. I'm not going to use any candy pagan gold. I'm not going to make it that bright. So normally I would use that on top of my yellow and my whites to really brighten it up, but I don't want it that bright. So we're going to kind of keep it more towards the orange and red. But let me get set up here and I'll start spraying. You can see we added the red. Now I'm going to throw some still pictures with the flash on in between some of these. And you're going to see how it picks up the different colors. And it almost looks like there's a yellow in it. Well, that's not the true picture and the true color that it is. But the flash is picking up that color. And then I'm going to show you one picture that is actually the red and the orange that picked it up correctly. And I will mark that picture so you can see the difference there.